Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bean, and today we're coming at you with a semi-romantic Valentine's Day video. For those of you who don't know me and romance, I read some romance. I don't read a lot of romance. I just, generally speaking, it doesn't hold my interest a lot of the time. But I have a whole pile here of romance books that are ones that I own that are my most highly anticipated reads. So we're gonna go through those and see what happens, is really what it is. So let's just start right on the top. This first one is actually a series that I have started already. I read the first book, and now I have two more left, and that is the Fallen Order series by Laura Thalassa. This is an omnibus, a bind-up of all three books in the series. The second book is The Queen of Traitors. I absolutely adored the first one, which is called The Queen of All That Dies. I really enjoyed reading that one. I read that at the end of last year, and I do plan on continuing and finishing this series this year. This is a strange, like, dystopian romance between the daughter of a revolutionary and the emperor of the world. Yeah. And he's, like, immortal somehow, too. So, I don't know. I'm intrigued. We'll see what happens. I did really enjoy the first one. This is very unique. Laura Thalassa's writing, I have learned, is very unique, and that's why she's on this list. Also, she is a lovely human being. We met her at a Polycon. But yeah, I definitely want to complete this series at some point, hopefully this year. So this is the first one on my list, because I wanted to get the one that I have started off the list. The next one is a sequel, where I have read the first one, adored it, and now we'll move on to the second one, which is A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley. I know there are some mixed reviews out there about this series. I am tentatively excited about this second one, and I know a third one was just announced with a vampire and a werewolf, so I'm intrigued by that. But I don't know, because I know who these two characters are. I'm intrigued, but I'm also hesitant. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But yes, the first book, A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, follows Muriel and Azeroth, I believe it was, or Oz. Muriel accidentally binds him to her when she accidentally summons a demon, and he is stuck with her until she makes a wish. And it's all about them kind of overcoming differences and figuring out the fact that he can't be far from her because of how she did this wish. So in order for him to survive, he must stick around, and she has to tolerate him. And it's so cute. I really enjoyed it. But this one follows Claudia, who is, I think she's a witch. I don't remember, honestly. But she's Muriel's best friend. And then Azeroth, who, if you read the first book, you know who Azeroth is. He's a demon as well. So, yes, we'll see how this one goes. I'm intrigued. Nervous, but intrigued. Alright, next is a book that I have talked about quite a bit on this channel, and that is Flirtosaurus by Erin Malone. I still haven't read this. I have no excuse for having not read this yet. I just still haven't read it. It's not even long, like, there is no reason for why I have not read this book yet. It has been on, I don't even know how many TBRs. This follows the romance between a paleontologist and an astronomer. Yep, a paleontologist and an astronomer, and as a dinosaur lover, this just appeals to me so much. And I also love this cover, and Erin Malone is such a wonderful human being. But I also, there's the whole series. I have the whole series, so I can binge it, and I'm really excited to do so. Another book is actually one that I should have said earlier because I already kind of started it, and that is A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is the first book in a series of standalone, interconnected novels that are high sci-fi, and this takes place on a spaceship. There is romance, there is found family, there is adventure. It's supposed to be so much fun. I got like 100 pages in, I think, and I was really enjoying it. But I was in school, and so I put it down. So I do hope to pick this up again soon, because I was really enjoying what I did read. Alright, this next one is a book by an author that I have apparently now had good books and bad books with. And that is After She Wrote Him by Sulari Gentile. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold right now, so I'm sounding a little sniffly. This follows two writers, Madeline and Edward, and they're basically writing each other's stories without knowing it, so you're not sure which one is the real character and which one is the literary fiction character. It kind of combines them into almost one fluid story, and it's very interesting, very well done. I didn't finish it because I really just need to be able to sit down and read the whole thing. I can't just read it in bits and pieces like I thought I could. I will get confused too much. But when I was reading, it was very intriguing, very different. So I'm very excited to try this one again. Another book that has been on several TBRs is going to be A Promise of Fire by Amanda Boucher. This is the first book in the series, The Kingmaker Chronicles, and this follows Kat, who has a power that could defeat the gods, and she is in hiding as a soothsayer at a circus. And Griffin, who is some military general, I believe, he finds her and basically forces her to join him. He kidnaps her, let's be honest here. He kidnaps her, and there ends up being a romance there later. He kidnaps her to try and overthrow the king, I believe. So, yes, I am intrigued. I think this sounds like a lot of fun. It is a thick book. This is a fantasy. So, I am intrigued by this one. Alright, sticking with the high fantasy, next I have Pestilence by Laura Thalassa, mostly because I really enjoy what Laura Thalassa I have read so far, and I want to read more, and this one's about the Four Horsemen, which just has me really intrigued, so it's on my list. Next one I have is I believe it's a fantasy one, and that is The Hollow Gods by AJ Verana. So this follows a fighter, Kai, who wakes up next to the lifeless body of a missing girl one day and doesn't know what happened, and it's all about him trying to figure out what's going on. So it does sound like it's a murder mystery romance, because there's a serial killer known as the Dreamwalker in here as well. So I'm intrigued. I also really like these covers. And the last book that I think is the last one that's technically fantasy on this list, and that's going to be A Marvelous Light by Freya Marski. This is the first book in a series. This is male-male romance that follows a human and a witch, or wizard, I guess. I don't know what they are. Someone with magic. But our main character is Robin, who is the intermediary between humans and this magical world, and he ends up meeting Edwin, who is a very cold, prickly, unhappy person, and so it sounds like it's a Grumpy Sunshine romance, magic, non-magic, male-male romance, and I've heard that this series is absolutely adorable, so I'm very excited about it. Okay, technically this one has fantasy in it too, because there's witches, but that is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Senga Mendana, and I have been wanting to read this for a very long time. This is a highly beloved book. Found family, a witch teaching little witches, and the guy who lives there. And so I think this sounds adorable. I'm so excited to finally read this. I don't know what my copy is doing, but it's like splitting in different pages. It's like, you must read in these chunks. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I shouldn't film while I'm sick, because I end up saying weird things. Alright, next book that I have is one that I believe now has a sequel, or at least a companion book. And that is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. This is a friendship leading to romance between an undertaker and a marshal, and they just annoy each other to all heck. But it sounds like it's also almost a mistaken identity, where they're writing letters to each other and responding, and at least she's being anonymous about it. I don't know if he is or not. It just says a friend, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but I am intrigued by this one. I've heard nothing but wonderful things. I was actually recommended this by a Barnes & Noble employee who saw me wandering around trying to figure out what I wanted. She's like, do you want a recommendation? I was like, yes, give me recommendations. And she handed me this, so I'm excited. Alright, the next book on this list is Throttled by Lauren Asher. This is the first book in the Dirty Air series, and this is a Formula One racing series, and I love car races. I think it's very fun to watch. I like things go zoom zoom fast. I don't remember exactly what this is. I think it's a forbidden romance, but I don't remember. But I do want to read this series. I want to read some Lauren Asher, and this is one that has come highly recommended to me. The next one that I have on here is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. Again, this is one you've seen me talk about before. This is a female-female romance that follows Delilah and Claire, and they're just polar opposites, and I believe one's a photographer and one is either a model or... Nope, she is running a bookstore. I lied. She runs a bookstore, and that makes me very happy. So I know the third book, I think, is coming out. I don't remember, but I know the second book is out, and that's a fixer-upper DIY house remodeling book. So I really want to read this series. I've heard nothing but fun and amazing things about it, so I'm very excited. Ignore the cat, she has the zoomies. My last two books are by the same author. The first one is going to be A Love Catastrophe by Helena Hunting. I love romances that have to do with cats. This is a Grumpy Sunshine, and Helena Hunting's writing is amazing, so I'm very excited for this one. And the last one on my list is Kiss My Cupcake by Helena Hunting. This is a romance. This is a romance. Of course it's a romance. This whole video is a romance. This is a Grumpy Sunshine where I believe she is the grump and he is the sunshine in this one, and she runs a boozy cupcake shop. She runs a boozy cupcake shop, and he runs, I believe it's an axe throwing bar. Yep, axe throwing bar, and I think that sounds amazing. I absolutely love it. There are so many other books that could be on this list, but these are kind of honestly my top ones that I'm most excited for. I did not include any library books or any books that I am in the process of reading, aka they're on my current TBR. So that's what I got for you guys here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what to do. It really does help us out in the long run. And until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, and keep reading. Bye!